I think there has to be a category of movie that is really awesome, but you just hate for some very strange reason. Enter in The King, a Netflix type movie starring Timothée Chalamet and also Robert Pattinson, who I'm like the biggest fanboy of ever. It's a movie that has such a great premise, has such an excellent execution, and it's the type of movie that I just absolutely like. But at the same time, for whatever reason, it's something that just doesn't leave me feeling full. Perhaps it's because I just love the setting of medieval times so much, and it just like any experience that can take me to that place will ultimately do it. I mean, with popularity of games like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and such, this type of setting is firmly in place in modern cultures. But you know what? It's like, yeah, I know. It's like maybe it's because I like this setting so much that I will settle for basically anything that comes my way. Now, to the acting at hand, there's absolutely no denying that Timothée Chalamet is a great actor. He really does perform. He's a captivating individual, and in this movie is no exception. He's like pretty entertaining to watch, even though his dealings with the Kardashian is cringe to say the absolute least. He's someone who's likable, and he's got a promising future. For me, of course, the one I truly love is Robert Pattinson, which we don't get very much of. And he basically is in for a couple scenes, and the ending scene, spoiler alert, he just absolutely looks like a buffoon. So that's a little painful. I would have liked to see more of him, but other than that, all the supporting cast, although not totally notable, does a good job. The real star of the show, of course, is the medieval setting, a place that is just so near and dear to many of our hearts. Just living in this world and getting to see it and explore it is fascinating. But I mean, one of the biggest downsides of this movie is how it's portrayed, and perhaps it's a little too accurate to the time. It's a very depressing setting. The music is never upbeat. It's all very dreary. It's all very muddy. It's all very mucky. And it does a very good job of transporting you to this world. But at the same time, it really kind of just blahs. So yeah, I mean there are many worse movies to waste your time with, but The King is one of those kinds of movies that you got. I don't want to quite call it something you love to hate, but it's a movie that I think is quite good. It is firmly that 7.5 lingering on to greatness, but it just ultimately is just a medieval experience. It really doesn't accomplish anything more than being a medieval romp. You know, you got some very captivating scenes, some amazingly authentic feeling experiences, but other at times, I mean, as authentic as is at times, sometimes it looks like they're just basically wearing modern clothes. So I mean, it's authentic and it's high production value, but did it really look this way? It's hard to say. I mean, some of the garments looked very clean and fresh and newly made. It's a it does as best a job as I would hope for in a movie like this. Realistically speaking, though, I'll take anything medieval, and that's probably the reason I watched this movie a long time ago and then rewatched it again without even knowing. So, I mean, I've seen this movie just like on repeat almost, and it is a good movie, but it's not a movie that is truly the best thing has ever happened. That's for certain. The absolutely hilarious twist at the end where the servant kind of tricks his lord into going to war to get more land is just one of those things that kind of steals the whole epic nature of the movie. And there's other scenes too, like when the, noble general gets killed in a pile of mud. It's just there's scenes that are really not overly do the movie justice, and that's probably its weakest thing. Like I said, it's a movie that I really think is good, but I really hate some of the ways that it ended up. And you got a little bit of modern girl bossing here when Timothy Chalamet's king goes to marry the French queen, and she's just an absolute bitch to him. And it's like, fuck, bitch, I'm the fucking queen. You don't talk to me that way. She's just condescending and hates him, and it's all the hallmarks of kind of, these people are a little too modern. I don't know. Perhaps games like Kingdom Come Deliverance has made me so accepting of just anything medieval that allows me to forgive a lot of the movie's downfalls. And the movie doesn't have very many. It's a very methodically crafted experience, and it's about as good as you'll get in movie form. Now, there's plenty of better movies in historical settings, but you really can't go wrong with this movie. I mean, it's a medieval romp, and it'll be one that could potentially be good enough to come back to, and that's really saying a lot for modern Netflixy, Timothy Chalamet style movies. And the thing I really love is that Brad Pitt produced the movie and he was a member of its making, and you just gotta smirk thinking about Brad Pitt sitting in the director's seat there, just with a giant smirk on his face, surrounded by knights in armor. I love it. I love this type of movie making. This came from a place of passion, and you can tell it. But at the end of the day, it isn't like this gigantic best movie ever. The electric energy between Chalamet and Pattinson, the authentic setting, the beauty of medieval times, it all leads to a good enough experience. I would call it a little better than good enough. But I mean, it's really not this the best movie ever type experience. And if you go into it thinking like that, you're going to have a great time with The King. It paints a picture of how we could potentially, with this level of authenticity and production value, get a movie akin to Lord of the Rings quality in a maybe in a trilogy. But this movie just doesn't get there, and it gives you hope for the future that maybe we'll get something medieval, but on the level of the Fellowship of the Ring and the trilogy that encompasses it. It's truly a 7.8 out of 10 movie, and it's a worthy watch. And you know what? For Netflix, you really gotta hand it to them. This was a nice watch, and I can't even believe that Netflix made something of this quality, so that has to be said.